This video is sponsored by girls with teeth that look like dolphins.
They look like ice cubes. I hate those girls that have valleys in their mouths.
Valley.
At least they're clean. Because if they weren't clean, I'd call Terminex.
You go tell me. I'd fucking call Orkin, bro. What you talking about?
Orkin, yeah, you're right.
You got a monthly subscription.
I'd call Ice.
Because they look like ice cubes, is that why?
Right.
Did you grab Hamlet's skull and pour Charlie in there?
I did.
Tutti or not tutti?
Welcome back, everybody. What?
Kicking the door, this room 104.
Hey!
Kicking the door, this room 104.
What?
Kicking the door, this room 104.
Huh?
With Shanti Monty, the host with the most. Kicking the door, this room 104.
Bitch!
Kicking the door, this room 104.
Bitch!
Kicking the door, this room 104. With Shanti Monty, the most with the host. Hey!
Hey! Welcome back to the Room 104 podcast. It's your host, Shanti. Don't forget the Monty. I am with my guy from Resonated Records himself.
Hello.
Rimi, a.k.a. Arjun Sam.
What's going on?
How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm drinking tea.
Yes, sir.
I'm making jokes.
We're going to get through the whole chronological order of how this shit
No, it's because
happened.
I know where this is going.
It's good. You're a hip-hop artist.
Absolutely.
You are an independent hip-hop artist.
Double absolutely.
Double absolutely. Actually, you've been an artist since like, what, 2013, 16?
17 is probably the earliest music you can find published
Okay.
on streaming service, but I've been rapping off and on since like 2010.
Okay, so when did you know that you were good at rapping?
I still don't. I still don't know if I'm good at rap. No, you know what it is, man. I spent from 2010 to 2015. I spent more time writing and rapping on other people's beats, and just trying to figure out and prove to myself I can rap.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2016 and after is when I started trying to make more original music. So that's where 2017 and everything has been, as much original music as I can possibly provide to the world. And I think back when I was putting out that music in 2017, I can confidently say like I felt like that's when I knew how to rap.
Okay.
But then every song I put out after that has revalidated that, and then made me think I didn't know how to do shit back then.
I see.
You know? So
Okay,
I feel like I'm always revalidating myself with every song that comes forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I joke with everyone, I'm like, until you hear my next song, I'm retired. And then when I drop another one, I say, psych, bitch, I came back.
Yeah, you came back.
Tell them bitches
I'm back.
What? Tell them bitches I'm back, ho. That's me. That's me, by the way.
I'm back.
That's him.
I
That's
try
him.
to sound
That's
sexy
him.
on purpose on this one, you know what I'm saying?
That's him. That's him. Go. Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
I was going to say something, but I'm like, let the song speak for itself.
Let it speak.
10 toes down, how I'm moving. Said it, then I'm in it. Hear my raps, how I prove it.
Hey.
If y'all see me, I'ma do it.
I'ma do it, bitch.
And I don't need a body trying to tell me how I'm doing.
Fuck.
10 toes down, how I'm moving.
Let me get the first 4 bars out too. real
Go.
quick.
Go.
And if y'all see me,
I'm not trying to get at nobody, but you know, I just got to say because that shit was hard.
You never know.
Look.
How you doing?
Way better than my ex, got a couple on the text like, thank you, next, how you doing? Way better than the rest, can't you see that I ain't impressed? Nah, I'm not impressed, how you doing? Vibing in my spot, got a couple in the drive, give a fuck about a knob off top. Know it's popping from the moment that I pop, ain't no way that I'ma stop, cause you know I keep it high. Yeah.
This one came out what? This is the newest one that came out.
That's
March
like,
14th.
That's the last thing I think I put out, March.
Yeah, March 14th, 2025.
Yeah.
That's when it came out.
And then I retired.
And then he retired. You're Persian.
Oh, very Persian.
You're very Persian.
Yeah, salam alaikum.
Salam, salam.
Khubastin. I don't have any song actually that I've ever rapped in Farsi.
I can see that.
What gave it away?
The gold chain, Resonated Records, and the haircut.
Yeah.
It's got that like Iranian belly type vibe going. It's like you
Iranian
mix,
belly?
No, not like that, bro.
That
It
yellow
wasn't a
cowboy I
fat
had
joke.
last night that still hasn't digested?
God damn, it wasn't a fat joke.
The
I'm just saying.
You gonna get canceled for this shit.
Man, fuck it, I've been canceled 13 motherfucking times since this episode has been
13's
out.
a good number.
Right? Let's make it 14.
You came a long way from Olive Bread, bro. Shout out to Olive Bread
Shout
one
out
time.
to Olive Bread
Shout out to
one
this
time.
video is sponsored by Olive Bread.
Shout
Know
out
what
to
I'm talking
Olive
about?
in general.
Put
all
your
of them.
favorite toppings on there. I don't care if it's bruschetta or what it is. You know what I'm saying? They about to come for me too at this point. Hey, this is the 2-for-1 deal right here.
Dog, I'm a bit. everyone at Olive now knows the story is fucking crazy to me now. Because everyone was asking questions at that day.
I see what you did there.
I know. I see what
Ah.
So
Some would say that you were olive bread. See what I did there?
I'm going to disconnect everything right now.
Okay, go ahead. It's your house. You put it in Keshiri.
Great, now I got to
Go
put
ahead.
subtitles on this bitch.
I'm gonna do it in the Persian accent too. You put all this work in. It is a shame you are stressed.
Did your family look at you and go, my son is going to be number one singer in all of Iran? And then you started rapping. And then you're like, oh, motherfucker. You have siblings, right?
No, it's just me.
Oh, it's just you.
Yeah.
So your mom
I
or
was
your dad,
already a handful.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
need- you
Same
don't
here,
need more.
dog. We're only children here. My dad and my mom said, we're good. Tap out.
Yeah. My parents asked for
good.
my advice. Imagine your parents asking for your advice.
How old were you?
You want a brother or a sister?
I've been the same question was asked to me.
you know when you're a kid, ask that question, you don't think anything of it.
No.
And then you think at this age now, what the fuck kind of question were they asking me back then?
I would have called Child Protective Services. I would have called Child
No,
Protective Services.
but seriously, they asked me. I must have been like somewhere between the ages of like 8 to 10.
Okay.
Maybe a year or two younger. Everything for me is a blur. You know,
Okay.
everything for me is a blur to a degree.
Was it before or after that question was asked to you by your parents? If you want a brother,
what the blur? Again, this is my deposition, so I plead the fifth. No, but they asked me, and I said I wanted a dog, so they got me a dog.
Oh, okay.
So anytime around the age that I got my dog, I had a Shih Tzu growing up.
Oh,
Cute-
so Iranian.
Cutest little thing.
Yeah.
Her name was Cutie, funny enough.
Oh, okay.
Whatever age I got the dog, his up going think like maybe like 4 or 5 months before that.
Okay.
Probably is when they asked me the question.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So like
gotcha.
maybe around 8.
Oh, okay. So and then you were like 10 years old. We're like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want my parents bringing in another brother. Let me go ahead and put on a beat real quick.
Nah. Okay, so I kept it kind of like to myself.
Okay.
Because when I first started rapping, I had like a laptop. I had like the Beats headphones that were plugged, like they had the actual like
the wires.
some microphone built into the cable. You know what I'm saying?
The one with the big thick like volume rocker, right
Yes.
on the side.
Yes.
Yeah. I
That's
remember
as
that.
much as big pimping as we were doing back then, you know, and we thought we were doing something. And I wasn't really advertising it like that because, of course, you know, the stigma.
Oh yeah.
We're not the ones performing in the buildings. We own the buildings.
Yeah,
type shit.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
We asked for rent. That's who
Right.
we are.
We don't pay rent. We ask for it.
Yeah.
So I was doing this shit. And of course, when I started like saying like, oh, I want to focus on music. Now, mind you, this is at the cusp of me wanting to go to higher education, you know, Santa Monica College, CSUN. And I want to focus on equally just obtaining an education and also doing music.
At the same time, yeah.
Of course, now this is, of course, a little exaggerated. My parents just like, huh? I brought you here to this country. I was born here. I brought you here to this country to make music, motherfucking. Shout out to Amir K.
Elite reference. Amir K, we love you. Come to the show, please. I've been a fan of you for 20 years.
Love Amir K.
He's amazing.
The type of support they wanted to give me was help him. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, he's not in the book. He wants to be in the street smart. Okay? He need to be in the book.
He wants to be gangster.
Gangster. He wants to do hippity hop.
What?
Just to stop dragging it.
Yeah.
2017, I spent that year releasing like 3 different projects. I did like one mixtape, a bunch of like 90s beats. I hopped on it. It's actually still on SoundCloud, funny enough. It's decent. I did like an EP. I don't think you can find that anymore. And then I released like what I would consider my first like official project, album, you name it. And that's the thing that's on every platform, you name it. I think it's called Calabasas or something.
Calabasas?
And it wasn't until a family friend told my mom, God rest her soul, told her, your son's music is really good. And she goes, what are you talking about? And she goes, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on YouTube. And she's like, what are you talking about? And her family friend gives her the link.
Oh, wow.
And the next time she sees me, she goes, Sami, that's what they call it. Sami, what is this? And she was really proud because from her perspective, the idea for her of her son is on iTunes seemed like a massive feat.
Yeah.
That if you know how to work, of course, digital streaming platforms and all that shit,
Right.
it's not.
Yeah.
But from her perspective, it added the sense of he really takes his shit that seriously, where he puts it on those platforms to
Yeah.
be taken serious.
Yeah.
And I think that was the minute that everything kind of shifted from their perspective.
Interesting. Okay.
know?
Yeah. For us, we're the ones who are learning how to put our shit out there.
Right.
So it's not like it's owned by record labels. They think Apple was the one that looked at your profile and go,
They said, okay, next.
I like it. This Middle Eastern Sami I like it.
What is this?
I like it. Gherbede. I like
Gherbede. That's crazy.
I like it very much. Okay, let's publish for free, and then they see the iTunes. Publish.
Right. And then they see,
You're on iTunes, bah.
how much are you making? And I'm like, fucking mouse scraps right now. I need streams. But it's just the idea from their perspective of like, oh, it's on here.
Yeah.
Where I would listen to everything else.
It's not like on the
Added-
Radio Javon, but it's still.
It's not on Radio Java. I'm not with, what is it, Tapish Records or something?
Avang music.
Avang Music. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Avang music was some crazy, dog.
I'm going to take
I'm
my
telling you.
Persian card away from me.
So, okay, so your mom looked at iTunes and said, oh, this guy #1 singer. All of. He has his own record studio. But why he live with me? Okay, I don't
Why
care.
he lives with me is crazy.
But, so your mom, once she realized that you're on this kind of like level when you're taking it seriously, when was it where did she come to any of your shows when you started performing live?
She came to one show.
Which one?
It was one of the last shows that I had before she passed.
Okay. God rest her soul.
It was
we love you, mama.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It was an absolutely great show because I had lots of friends came out. But I remember my mom was actually the MVP for that show. Let me tell you why.
What'd she do?
So I got booked for the show. It was out in Hollywood, small little bar. I won't say no names. I won't say no people that supported all that out of respect, you know.
Okay.
But we got booked, and then I was working that day. So I was like, okay, I think I got everything figured out. I was not going to make sound check, but I felt straight. I feel like whenever I just hop on the stage, I'm good, right? And I, at that point, probably have only performed at most like a little over a handful of times, like maybe just 2 handful. You know?
Right.
But that one day, I remember I was at work. I was in Sherman Oaks. And then sometime around like maybe like halfway through my shift, I was going on lunch. And I just go, fuck. And I call my mom. And I'm like, yo.
Did you get the jitters before you went on the show? Is that what happened?
No. So again, I was on lunch at work. And I realized I left my computer with all of the files for the performance at the crib. So I wouldn't be able to perform because I didn't have my laptop on me.
Oh, fuck.
So I said,
My bad. That's fine.
that's not what I said, but you know. The idea popped on top
That's
of my
the
head.
notification that said you're fucked. That's the you're fucked
You
notification.
got to do a system update or something?
No. It was just I was just opening up a program.
Windows Vista needs an update.
Something happened.
Something like that.
Something happened. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Your Kernel 32 or some shit like that.
Colonel 32 is wild, bro. Go ahead.
So I hit her up. I said, listen, I made a mistake. I left my laptop at work. Not at work. Sorry, at home. Huge MVP. She goes home. She has her own store and all that stuff. And she closes the shop at regular time. Like she usually closes like around like I think like 4 or so. And I'm off at like 6. I perform at like 7:30 or so.
Right.
And she goes home, she grabs the laptop, and then she comes to where I work, parks her car, and she goes, well, now that I'm here, I'm just going to come with you to the show. And then she tells my dad, meet at the show. I'm like, oh, shit. And I wasn't ready for all that because that's the first time I would have performed music live in front of them, you know? Otherwise, at home, I always got the fucking bathroom door closed and I'm rapping in the mirror, some shit like that. But this was like, okay, now it's a different kind of pressure because it's like, this is and I don't think there's any songs in there that I performed that were maybe any more like sentimental or meaningful back to like my parents. But it was just the concept of I've never rapped in front of them.
Yeah,
in that space,
yeah.
in front of just a public audience.
Yeah.
So
And
I
then
was
you
like-
got your mom there now, which you've never.
Exactly.
Enemy. It's new. It's
Exactly. So she was the homie. She hooked it up. She brought me the laptop. She came with me. She carpooled with me over there.
New.
And she was like, "How do you get ready?" This like she's asking me all
Wow,
these
she's
questions.
asking you questions. Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn!" Like I'll never forget that day. And then when we finally were ready to perform, and I think I was like maybe the second, maybe third person to go up from like this lineup of people. I don't have the video anymore, but she recorded the entire thing in one take on her phone. Like the phone had no more storage left on the phone.
Oh my God. Bro,
She
she's a G.
recorded the whole. I think it was like, it might have been like a 25 to 30-minute set. She recorded the whole thing on her phone.
Do you you don't have the video anymore? Huh?
I have like little clips
okay.
of like, you know, like little cut trimmed
yeah,
portions
little
of it.
snippets. Yeah.
But when she had it, when I first got it from her,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Why is it taking so long?" She's like, "Oh, well, it's like 20 something minutes." I'm like, "Did you
She-
film the whole thing?"
she
said,
filmed the documentary.
I filmed everything.
Wow.
I was like,
They
"Damn."
never. You know what it is? Anytime I've noticed this, and I will. Obviously, we're gonna get back to this story,
For
but
sure.
when I went to that Mansour concert, these Iranians don't know when. As soon as they press record,
That was the one that just passed, right?
yeah, that was the one that
At
just
UCLA?
passed at UCLA. So as soon as they pressed record, that's it.
That's it.
Free documentary.
That's it.
They're gonna release it on their
But
own.
what they don't think about is the in the background. Woo!
yeah, yeah.
Divone, divone. Divone, master, divone.
خیلی خوشم اومد.
منو چقدر دیوونه کردی. And then their husband, چی داری میگی؟ یه ذره تحت کنترل داشته باش. این چیه؟ آوردمت بیرون. I'm just fucking. I wasn't there. I don't know how it went, but I'm just assuming like the typical Middle Eastern
Yeah, bro,
mentality.
But that was.
But
just
you get
crazy.
all that in the soundbite. While
Yes.
you're recording it, you get everything.
Everything.
You hear everything.
You hear everyone's
You
family
hear
problems
everything.
in that voice recording.
Have you ever like watched back like old home videos like from the camcorder or
Oh
some shit?
yeah.
All
Yeah,
of it.
Everything was in it.
The-
An argument in the kitchen was happening. Like you heard it. Everything you heard. Someone was in the bathroom.
Oh, my
I always heard water running.
Yo,
Always there was a faucet on, or like
you're
someone
walk-
just flushed.
You're walking by showing the house. Always like,
Yeah, you just see, and then always there's a towel in
There's
every
a towel
video.
in the
There's
video.
a hand towel in the video.
Right.
There's a command. Bring it here, Aristech.
no, why is that so accurate?
There's
bro?
one kid crying.
There's
always
there's always a kid crying.
sounds like an airport.
Is it
this place sounds like an airport.
immigration?
Bro, if you send this to the U.S. like customs agent, they're pulling up with SWAT team. They think you're a fucking terrorist cell.
Yo,
Bro, it is. But that speaks to the whole community thing. You're like, you feel at home when you
Right.
watch it. You remember the smell of your kitchen. You
Right,
remember
right.
like the laughter in that room. You remember who
Absolutely.
was arguing. You're like, hey, remember when he dropped the fucking bread and everyone just started swinging? Like,
Absolutely.
you remember all that.
everything.
Everything. So wait, I asked earlier. I don't know. You said you don't have the videos anymore. You just have the snippets of your mom's recording.
When she recorded,
Yeah.
I have like the trimmed snippets of it.
You have the trim snippets.
Yeah,
Have
like,
you ever
probably
thought of
like-
like putting it together and like making a video for yourself, like for a thing? Because how long has it been since she's passed? If you don't mind me asking.
No, you're good. February 2023. So that's like what 2
3
years and
No,
just
yeah,
a
2 years.
couple
2
months.
years. Yeah, 2 years
Yeah.
and a couple. Yeah.
2 years
Okay.
and a couple.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I mean I thought about it, but she and I were all very much always on the same wavelength. Like she and I share a birthday just by 2 days apart.
Wow.
You know, so like zodiac sign and everything, mentality,
Yeah.
all of that were like two peas in a pod for real.
Yeah.
So like, I think that is all the driving force that I really need
Mhm.
for everything. Like, of course, would I trade what I have in this world to have like a few more years with her?
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course. Yeah.
But I don't think I need to put the snippets together for me to feel fulfilled. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
I think I'm very grateful because I know not everyone has those type of dynamics with their parents.
100%.
Or
Yeah.
guardians or whoever it is in their life.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm one of a million, you call it diamond in the rough, whatever. I feel like I really was able to have something so special.
Mm-hmm.
And we also left on such great terms.
Mm-hmm.
We never had arguments that lasted more than a couple hours. We were back on the couch laughing, watching the TV show, discussing, talking bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I can never have that replaced.
Yeah,
because it was always great vibes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I know some people, they don't always have that.
Yeah.
They get in this place of like, oh, I wish I did this, or I could go back in time. And I don't have to have that because I know we were so good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So things like putting the snippets together or something like that wouldn't fulfill me, even if I needed fulfillments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's still the idea, like the videos I do watch, I still think to myself, like, damn, I remember when it was a whole 30-minute file. She stood there just like this in her position with the camera, just like filming, and like she was smiling at some of the songs and this, that, and then she was like, how much me get motherfucker? How much me get
Did she give you a lecture?
Motherfucker this, motherfucker. Yeah, sometimes.
She gave you a lecture after you went home?
No. She thought I was great.
Okay,
she
cool.
thought I was
She
great
enjoyed the
because
show.
we had some other family visit too.
Oh.
And they came to the show. Not visit, but they came to the show, and then I had a good decent amount of people, friends and others who came to support the show.
Mm-hmm.
So like they wanted to go across the street to get like tacos or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, "Oh, my mom was like, I haven't had Pink's hot dogs in years. I'm gonna force everyone because I didn't come with the car. I came with you.
Right.
I'm gonna force them to take me to Pink's hot dogs because she was that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so she had the time of her life. She went and got Pink's hot dogs. I went with my homies and I got tacos. Like, no, all she said to me, she's like, you did great. And you carry yourself so well. You don't have any sense of hesitation when you're, and like that was like so much validation. But in my head, I was like, I'm about to perform in front of my family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But somehow that didn't translate back to how she saw me. And I think that says a lot about how she also raised me. you know? So grateful.
No,
Grateful
yeah,
to
of
that,
course.
for
No,
sure.
a lot of parents can't say that. A lot of kids can't say the same about their parents. I've known, like when I was performing, because I was in acting since I was what?
Oh, you actually did you were acting
Like a
school.
theater. Like I was in theater
Theater.
when I was a kid. I was a theater kid.
Like in school.
Yeah.
We're talking about like middle school, high school.
Yeah, middle school, high school.
I think we talked about this off camera.
Off camera, we talked about it when we back there.
Right, back there.
Back at the Olive Branch.
Un moraha.
Yeah.
Way back then.
In Radim Jamana.
You know?
Yeah.
What do they say? Yeki bud, yeki nabud.
There's a song, isn't there?
No, that's just how they say like once upon a time.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeki bud, yeki nabud.
Yeki bud, yeki nabud.
I swear to God, there's a song. I'll find it at the end of this podcast, and I'm gonna play it one time.
Oh my god.
I have to find it. But yeah, no, I remember that first when you were talking about like your first time being deadly afraid, you worried
sure.
about like you're performing in front of your family, bro. That shit was 100% relatable on my part too.
Right.
Because I remember when I was in middle school? No, high school, and we were doing we did a play. I think it was called Nine Armenians. That was the first play. It was a screenplay written by Leslie Ivasian, which is like this. She's not like well known. Then again, I could be wrong, but it was like this play about how there's this Americanized Armenian girl who really wants to connect with her roots. That's like the basics of the whole play. And I played the dad in it. And my mom, my aunt from my dad's side, my grandma, my cousins, like 3 or 4 of them, my dad was coming. Everyone was like coming to this show, and I had no idea. Like they were all going to show up. So I'm like in the show, I'm like supposed to be like this very angry dad, like Armenian dad, and I'm playing like the Persian Armenian role.
And who else was in the casting that you had to be the dad? Like how did you? How did that get to that point?
Well, it was.
Were they looking like Ahmedes? Like okay, let's like.
No, but it wasn't like traditional. Look, in theater, we didn't have like Armo ass kids.
For sure.
We didn't. It wasn't like they had like Hugo Boss belts and shit, like Ferragamo belts walking on stage with like tzitzok shoes like on set. It was very like, I went to HBU, an all private Armenian school in the
The cheekbones are showing. I need
No,
to
you're
stop.
fine. You're fine. But like that's happened before where I was on stage and then it's a different feeling because they were in the front row and they took up the front row.
Right.
There were 3 columns, like 100 was it like 240
And
seats.
what was their stance? Like, how were they like sitting?
Oh, they were
arms crossed,
tuned in.
judging like this?
No, I was lucky. I was very lucky because I had never performed. My family knew I was funny. Like I would perform in front of the family like that, like jokes and shit. I would recite movies from front to back.
Love that. Okay.
Like Pink Panther, Shark Tale, random, but Rush Hour 2. Like I knew the whole script from beginning to end.
Not Rush Hour 1?
No, I didn't watch Rush Hour 1 until like 10 years later.
What are you talking about?
I swear to God. My dad just bought a VHS of Rush Hour 2 and it just put it in. I was like, it's the greatest movie of all time. And then I went and watched Rush Hour 1. Like
that's the greatest
I'm
movie
like, that's
of all
fucking
time.
insane. And but like my parents were very similar. Like every time I performed in front of my dad or my mom or my family, it was a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck everybody else. I don't care about y'all.
Right.
I have to go home to this. If I shit the bed, that's it. I'm gonna fucking regret this for the rest of my life.
Right.
Oh, you know, my dad's critical. My dad's very critical. Your foot should have been angled this way. That's what he does when I did karate.
But you know what? You know what? As kids, we don't appreciate that.
We don't.
Because we always think that they're trying to find something negative.
No.
When it's like, no, if anything, I'm telling you, because you seem like you're very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
All I want to do is help you perfect the craft.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like,
and he does that now.
It hits.
So.
And that's great.
And yeah,
because
I'm not complaining.
Because he could easily just be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, do you? You think
he
you
can tell
know
me to
better
get the
than
fuck out of the house.
Right.
And take all this shit with me and sell it. He can do any of that.
But all he says is, oh, like the way your foot moved.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm lucky. Okay.
That's it.
Fuck the foot. Here.
Fuck the foot.
Take my foot.
Here's the foot. Yeah.
Take my foot.
My fuck is the boy.
Speaking of feet, let's take a step in
That's
this direction.
Crazy.
You did that big performance with your mom and your family being there. Was that would you, top 3 experiences as far as like your performances? Was that at the bar one of those top 3 experiences?
For sure. Okay. Just because, like, again, I did not expect my mom really to commit to come and see the show.
Yeah.
So once I was in that space and it happened, and then before I know it, like most times when I perform, I kind of just black out.
Same,
know?
yeah.
I just
that
go up.
Performance thing, yeah.
I'm so focused on the performance, I don't really pay attention to like who's in the crowd or whatnot, unless like you're trying to get engagement, like, oh, what's up, this, that, whatever. While I'm up there, I'm not really over here like focused on who's in the crowd and what I'm.
It's
doing.
that tunnel vision. You just, it's automatically. You're like, I need to get through this, and I have to fucking give it my all. That's what it is.
But once it wrapped up, I was like, damn, I just performed in front of my family, in front of my mom, like. I can say I did that, and I can say my mom got to see me perform at least once.
Yeah,
you know, and I can take that to the.
That's
to
a
the grave
flex.
Myself.
That's a flex
for sure.
Not a lot of people can
say
that.
For sure, I probably out of all the times I've had in music in general, that's probably a top 3 moment for sure, and it probably will always stay there because it goes back to whatever happens to me with music. If I become successful, if I continue to retire every year or some shit like that. I will at least say like I have that moment.
Yeah.
No matter how big I get, like that's a moment I get to share because the reality is not to get somber or some shit, but there's going to be a lot of experiences in the future that I won't be able to share with her.
Yeah.
But that in a place of where I had the most passion and drive for, she got to see me in the best light that I was hoping to be in.
Oh,
you know 100%. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't get that back.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's your Hall of Fame moment.
That's the Hall of Fame. And I think from her perspective, she sees it too because she knows how passionate I am or I was.
Yeah.
However, in music.
Yeah. 100%.
So I think that adds extra weight to it as well.
Was there any show that came equivalent as far as impact to your life than other than that show?
I mean,
because you said like you've been on and off.
There's a couple. So when I first started actually like performing live in front of people, it was from karaoke. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's how I got into like getting more comfortable performing live in front of people and also learning how to.
Grab my charger.
It's okay. I'll just go fuck myself.
No,
okay.
no, it's right here.
Just make sure you don't knock out the green screen like you have the last 50 times you walked up and out.
Bro, but
do you want me to do it?
No.
What do you need to do?
I just need to grab this.
Do you need me to grab the fork from the clock over there in the back? I don't know if the camera sees it behind me. If you do, great. But for those who are, yeah, get this on camera, yo.
Can you hear me? Is the hello?
They can't. Yeah, we can.
Can
hear
they hear me in the audio?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oi, dahane to service cabin, man. It's all gone, bro. That's it. This is it. Earthquake.
What are you charging with that?
Motherfucking.
Is it your e-cigarette?
Oh no, my e-cigarette.
what is going on here?
Bro, my green screen
اینکه
is...
کج کله شدیم نکنی مست کردی قبل از که
Someone tell me what he's saying.
That's what some of the audience saying like yo for all the highest dances,
Oh yeah.
you know, all that I can understand. But all these like what do they call them? Barska highs or the
Barska,
Persians? I don't know what he's saying.
No, Boss guys definitely understand what the fuck you're saying.
Well,
It's
no,
the stances that are confused.
Right, the highest dances, right? Highest dances, and what's the? Don't tell me the Beirutsis.
Yeah. Man, he knows, man.
I work with some. I work with some Armenians. Different, you know. I know like there's some differences in the YAN and the IAN. I don't know the whole breakdown, but I just know enough to like make sure like I know what's up. You know, Barev, Inch Beses.
Yes.
Yes, Hayren Shem Khosum. You know, that's
Boy, he's
like,
good, bro. This guy's a sleeper agent.
And then, you know, if something's going crazy, like it's just bothering me, like up to here, I go, I'm on my John. You know, like,
Bro, that's so good, dude. That's so good.
Ada.
Is great. Bro, all of these are fucking amazing.
What else do I know?
Do you know the cuss words too? You can say them.
No. I know like one, and I've been told multiple times, don't say it, because it is very disrespectful.
Which one is it?
I'm not gonna do it.
You gotta do it.
I'm not gonna do
You
it.
gotta do it.
Voch.
Okay.
That's me
You gotta
saying no.
mad respect it. Is it 2 words?
Hold on. No, I forgot the word. It is 2 words.
Does it have mama in it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Actually, I know 2 different.
Maybe-
Not another one. Just
there you go.
Another one entered the chat.
Did I just gave one?
Another
to you?
one. No.
Oh, okay.
No, you didn't. But another one entered the chat.
Oh, okay.
And then it does not have mama in there.
Okay.
It is 2 words.
Drop it.
I'm still not gonna say it.
Drop it.
I'm not gonna say it
Why?
because olive bread, bro.
I will never be able to live this one down. I don't think I'll be able to live this one down.
Never gonna give you
You
up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. You don't know the words, huh?
It's been a minute.
Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie. That pause.
I know.
Pause hurts so bad.
It
That's
hurt.
why I just stopped. You want
I'll
to keep the show going. I
I'll keep
understand.
going.
The
I don't
cameras
care.
are gonna keep going too.
Exactly.
The green screen's gonna keep going.
His green screen's out the window.
Invite me mash shode.
It's gonna start flying. It's gonna be horizontal. This show goes off the rails all the fucking time.
Does it? Okay.
Because it's me. It's operated by me. And I'm unhinged as is. You know this. My equipment takes a life of its own. It's an extension off of me. If this wanted to do a kickflip, it would do a kickflip. If it wanted to go racist mode, it'll do it. That's a lie.
Anything for clickbait with this guy. I
Yeah,
swear.
bro, it's not true. Listen, bro, people think I'm joking. Oh, about the racist part, yeah, I'm I'm joking, 100%. Okay, so since I've listened to your tracks, my favorite, I've said it off air, For My Mama was hands down my favorite.
Appreciate that.
It still is.
And appreciate you even taking the time to check it out.
I liked For My Mama was my favorite.
Yeah.
Your Reputation EP, would you call it EP or an album?
I call it an album.
Album.
I mean, it's like 10 songs on there. I feel confident.
Yeah, you have 10 songs on there. So
that was probably the most amount of effort, work, strategy, and just drive. Almost 7 out of those 10 songs have a music video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where can they find it?
YouTube. Two of them are unlisted because, you know, at work and what I do,
Got it.
because it's somewhat family friendly. You know, you don't want to just be showing, oh, I make music, and then you go, and then there's just, you know, some things jiggling that you don't want.
Damn.
I work with a great director. Shout out to Mike Anthony.
Shout out to Mike Anthony.
But I also feel like since then to now, I've had a reevaluation of like how I make music and how I want the music to also be visualized and all that.
Mhm.
And I also don't want that to be like the only subjugation of how my music should be interpreted because of jiggles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like jiggles are
Jiggles
cool. We all like jiggles. It also took me a while for when I was making music to come and have it translate back to me as a person in the music.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there was a time when I was first starting to rap and I was just rapping to show the effort of rapping, but it didn't have any translation of who I am as a person. So it took me a while for me to recreate that and come back and say, okay, well, if I'm going to rap, I'm going to make it more authentic. You know?
Right.
I want the same to be translated in the visuals.
Okay.
You know? And yeah, jiggles are nice.
Yeah, jiggles are great.
That's gonna be the favorite word on this.
Jiggles.
Jiggles.
That's the episode title now. Jiggles.
No, it's not. It's not.
Bet.
No.
Watch.
Well, yeah, you're the creator. You're the uploader.
There is no. I don't answer to nobody. It's I'm right here.
God
head
forbid
man.
you did.
Oh, that would have been
Exactly.
The show wouldn't have existed. It wouldn't have
Exactly.
gone to 47 episodes.
I feel like it doesn't stand for my entire brand, but some people, when they see that, that's it. You know, they get hooked on just that one idea, and they don't let you go from it. So, again, the videos are there. I can send the link and all that stuff. Check it out. The video is cool. Concept is great. I love it, and I also love what the music was about. But I don't want that to be the only type of, again, we were talking about brands.
Right.
That's all your brand is known for.
Yeah. You
know?
wanted your music to resonate more with everybody.
See what I did
Hence
there?
the name.
Exactly.
So Resonated Records. Did you have that before you became like independent at the same time when you started your music career, or was it something like you were already talking with record labels and then you're like, nah, I'm going to
building it as I go. I mean, when I first was starting, my North Star was to get signed to a label. Right. I still don't think I have, in my opinion, because I try to hold myself to a very high standard, I don't think I still have the type of content that a label would say, oh, I'm going to put millions of dollars behind and support to have me sign a label. But back then, I had enough confidence to think, oh, I would love to have that happen. I think I can make that happen. Here are the said artists who I was signed with and yada, yada. And we're not going to mention that because you never know. This video might get dated. Yeah. And then those people might be up on situations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that being said, I always felt like the best people who I've admired and who I was open to being, signed with or whatever, also did it independently too, to a degree, or they made something of themselves to a certain point. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, as far as I'm making music, I might as well have a brand that goes with it. Cause again, branding and association is everything. So it must've been like 2014 or something. I was talking to a homie and I said like, my goal is to have music resonate.
Right.
And then just something about it stuck. And I had some people who would tell me like, oh, that's like, it's whatever. Like it doesn't really have a ring to it. Now I feel like it does. Maybe it's just because of how long and consistent I've been at it.
Right.
But I feel like it does. So like from the name to the logo, the designs, everything, like it's just 100% me. And I can't, be any more grateful because these were blessed with my own hands, thoughts, ideas, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's an extension off of you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it makes sense.
Absolutely.
It makes complete sense. And one of the things that I admired most about your work ethic was that a lot of people will say that they're artists. A lot of people will say that they're rappers. A lot of people will say again, I've had a couple artists on here. And the hardest thing that the pattern that I've seen is that some people will be like, yeah, I want to do this. I'm inspired by this person. I'm inspired by this person. And then it just kind of falls off there. There isn't really the passion exists, but it doesn't really reflect in the production of the song as well. Maybe it's just because they have a bad team that surrounds them, or it's just they're not as heavily invested into that passion project, whatever it may be.
It's easy to feel stifled
for sure
at such an early process because you think that you're going to see a very early return on investment, or you would at least like to think so.
Do you think that it's an oversaturated market, and you think that does that play a role into
music?
Yeah. Especially like hip hop.
Nowadays, music for sure nowadays, because of how streaming works, how do you make money off of streaming? Right. Where the real money is at, which is touring and all that. But you got to get to a place where touring and getting that much money off of touring is actually viable and realistic. Right. But otherwise, everyone nowadays just grabs the equipment they need, does what they want to do, and it could be good, it could be bad. But if you're getting people to click, that's all that matters nowadays.
Exactly.
The click is God. That's it. And it doesn't matter if on the other side of the click, if the content is good or bad, you got people to click. Yeah. And that's the hard part. Yeah. That's the hard part why it's oversaturated. Because I feel like there's people, put me aside, there's people out there who make really great content. To your point, maybe they don't have the right team, they don't have the right infrastructure, they don't have the right plan of how do you market. I always feel like my biggest kryptonite is marketing.
That's number one is marketing. Number one for everybody most goes people through it.
Is marketing. Yeah. And because you feel like you put great content, and you feel like you're not getting the access to an audience or demographic or streams or clicks or whatever it is, then you feel stifled. Then that passion starts getting,
fades away.
Fades. Exactly. I think when that happens to people, it almost feels like you're taking twice as much effort to build yourself back up to do it again. And that's so hard. Yeah. Because again, you expect a certain type of return on investment or some type of like achievement or milestone. That's the hardest part with life is there's no milestones, right?
None.
Back in school, you had tests. You got a 95, you got a 95.
Yeah.
Right? That felt like an achievement. You show your report card, you get free Krispy Kreme donuts or something. I think
Yeah.
they do that actually.
Yeah, now it's like pizza too or some shit
Right.
like that.
But life doesn't come with milestones.
No.
You have to decide that for yourself, right?
Exactly.
You're not playing Mario Kart and it tells you turn right, turn left coming up. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have that in life.
Yeah. No.
And I think that's the thing with any medium or anything that you're trying to chase is you're not going to have that accessible to you. You have to be smart enough to how to maneuver or how to make the right decision or just how to get back up when it's not. And I think some people just find that difficult. I feel like I find that difficult a lot of times too, just to feel remotivated. And when I say like, oh, come out of retirement to do it again.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for me, the thing that keeps me going is I look at the body of work and I'm like, I'm still proud about the body of work.
Right.
It might have not gotten the clicks that I got, but okay, I made a solid song. I like it. I'll bump it. I know people that bump it. That's all that matters to me.
That's all that matters.
All that matters to me. I don't care if 5 people hear it. I don't care if 500 people listen to it. I don't care if 5 million people listen to it.
Right.
It's still I did it.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
That's all that matters at the end of the day. You gotta pat yourself on the back and go, hey, as long as I turned the cameras on or as long as I turned on the mixer or I turned on the mic and I'm ready to go.
Exactly.
Bro, whatever happens afterwards, if you like the product.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
And mind you, this is the biggest, excuse me, I have like a burp on its way out, but it hasn't decided if
is it a pre-ordered?
It's a It's getting picked up by DoorDash right now as we speak.
Yeah. Boy, I hate that notification so much, bro. Speed up, bitch. I spent fucking $8 tip. It's a highway robbery, bro. It's disgusting.
It is.
It's disgusting.
But then again, that's the life we live in.
Yeah.
It's accessible.
Yeah, you pay $8 for a taco.
Because now you can think to yourself, like, oh, I can actually put a price to my time and my value for time.
Yeah, that's true.
I can take that time and do something else with it. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, you didn't do shit with that time. You could have probably gotten in the car, gotten the shit, came back, saved you that. I'm a victim of it. What I live by is don't ever compare what you got going on, your struggles and all that, to someone else's highlight reel.
Yeah.
Because social media, everyone that chooses to put what they put on, it's a choice.
Yep.
It's a highlight reel.
Yep.
You look at someone else, oh, they look like they're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the struggles and what they did from A to B to get there.
Oh, easily.
You know?
Yeah,
but you know what you're going through.
Yep.
So immediately you're like, I'm not going to put this out. I'm not going to do this today. I'm not going to do that today. So when I do get from A to B and put something out, I'm like, okay, great. For the rest of the world, they're like, oh, he put out a new song, this, that, whatever, yada, yada. Cool, right? But they don't know about in the in-between from one song to the next song of what it took for me to get to in the booth again, write something, what took for me to get inspired, you know, and I feel like we got to make that a little bit more, how do I say, common. Transparent, make it more common. Yeah. Of like, people struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Not everyone's going to be 100%.
No.
But don't ever compare your 30 to someone's, you know, choice to put 100 out in public on social media or whatever.
And you don't know what the fuck they're like, who they're connecting with and whether or not their track is easier just based off of the connections that they've made.
Exactly.
Some people like who are independent, they're choosing to go the hard way because not even hard way. Like there are artists like Russ, Tory Lanez. Mm-hmm. Like they went independent at a certain point. Now Drake, he's fighting for, you know, his independence.
He's fighting for a couple things.
He's fighting for a couple things, but he's fighting to split away from his record label. But the thing is that you still don't know. Everyone's machine is wired different. There are different cogs, different pieces. Some people put more oil because they have more cogs in their machine, so the gears get stuck more often. Right. And that you can't just. Again, it goes into that whole notion of like generalization. You can't generalize another person's experience based off of their end result. Exactly. You don't know what the fuck went on. As you said, who they were talking with, who they were motivating.
There's not just one formula.
There isn't.
You know, everyone's formula is different. Yep. To get to whatever the end result is.
Some people have gone through the exact same like roadmap as a successful artist, and they failed immediately.
Exactly. There's no one way. That's why I love like when I see people off of, let's say, TikTok or whatever, blow up off of just the algorithm. Yeah. Now the nonsense I'm not a fan of, right? I'm not a fan of whatever it is, the content being whack. Right. But I'm a fan of, okay, the algorithm does work. Hopefully, if it's just the algorithm, like then it helps put you in perspective. But once you get there, you got to stay consistent.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
hopefully here, and this is again something I got to work on, is if I'm here, I would hope I already have 5 or something in the chamber,
right,
ready to stay consistent, and not like, oh, I got to go in and figure this out, that, whatever. Now I'm under the pressure.
Yeah.
Versus if I've already been in a groove, then I can make this come off more naturally because I'm already feeling it.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you ever gotten recognized, and what was the first feeling that you got from being recognized?
I don't think I've ever been recognized. No.
Oh, really?
No, I mean, unless I was in the provided environment or space related to the music, I don't think I've been recognized.
Oh yeah,
I don't think so. No, but I'll have some people just off of a look ask me, but they won't recognize me for the music. They'll just recognize like you look like
you're in the
you would
music
be in that. No,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
I'll take that. And usually I stay humble because of course I'm clocked in.
Right.
And me, I'm usually when I'm working.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's rare that you get me out of that space or you get me to double dip and mix the two worlds together.
Yeah.
I usually stay in that focus because again, no one's fucking with my money.
No.
You
You
know?
don't seem like the type that's
No.
like you don't tolerate that shit.
That's
I can
not
tell.
gonna happen.
I can tell.
You know. But in the spaces where I have been there for the purpose of the music, I've had people come up to me like, "Oh, can I get a picture with you? Can I get an autograph?" And that's super cool.
Okay, sick.
You know,
so you've
but
had that.
Here and there again,
Yeah,
and the
okay.
spaces where it's happened, like, a couple of shows where it's happened, it's been nice. And in those moments, I always tell myself, like, if I was like my favorite rapper right now, and they're like, you know, walking around and people recognizing whatever, like I've seen how some of them move, and
Yeah.
I'm not always the biggest fan of like. Of course, you never know who is who nowadays. You know,
No, you don't.
you got to be careful.
Diddy, you bitch.
That's crazy.
I've hated Diddy since like day one.
Day one.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck him. He looks like
Was it back when he was doing this? Is
It
that
was-
what you started hating?
Bro, I hated him when he looked like this. Take that. You know, he used to walk.
That's crazy.
Bro, he looks like a papaya to me.
A papaya is crazy.
Bro, he legit looks like the inside of like durian fruit. You know what durian is? That big ass fruit that smells like shit. I'm telling you, that's him.
I don't know what this is.
No, you haven't seen this?
No.
I gotta show you what this fucking fruit. This is Diddy.
That's
He looks tough on the outside. This dude fucking Meek Mill up the ass on the inside. Take that. Bro.
No
I
comment.
like when you do it like that, Daddy.
No comment.
That was fucking weird, bro.
comment.
That was
No
weird, bro.
comment.
I was suspicious when I saw Meek Mill's knees. I was suspicious.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
No, you remember that one video where he was starting to sing? He's like, I was fucking this bad bitch. And he was just
Oh
like,
yeah, he was with his fucking. This is what he does every time. You know he's like into it. You know what scared me? There was one video where he did a record deal, and he got up and he slammed the phone on the table. I'm a savage. Oh!
you know what's interesting is you've definitely seen a lot more content about a person you
I
don't
hate
like
him.
more than I've seen content.
Hey, I listened to some of his albums.
And see,
I'm not going. Listen, dog.
no, I mean, here's the thing.
I'm gonna say it.
Everyone has listened to,
You don't tell me. You're telling me some people don't listen to R. Kelly?
and nowadays, I mean, I'm sure the population has decreased.
It's definitely split in half.
But like, I'm sure some people will see like, I Believe I Can Fly pop up on their phone. They're like,
That's what I did. Oh my god, dude, that happened to me on the way home. I was just chilling. And
But
then
if
I
you
hear,
listen to
"I
Trap,
believe-" I'm
but if
like,
you listen to Trapped in the Closet, that's a choice.
that's a choice. That is a fucking choice. Or Hotel. Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? It's hard. It's hard to. What do you mean?
I don't know that one.
With Cassidy? You don't know that one? Well, I'm hurting my case right now.
FBI, open up!
This is bad.
If I was to give you a quick picture of like how I got even into music in the first place, though, like I got into music off of my cousin putting me onto Linkin Park
Linkin
at,
Park is
at
the
6 or
best,
7 years old.
Me too.
Shout out to, where are they from? Agora Hills?
Linkin Park?
Yeah, I think so.
No way.
Yeah, I think the last thing I've heard from like Linkin Park successfully or like consistently, from my perspective, was when they were doing the end credits for Transformers.
Oh my god.
My cousin put me on to and burned me a CD of Hybrid Theory.
Me too.
And then I found access to LimeWire.
Oh, LimeWire was. Oh my god, bro.
I found access to LimeWire. And then I saw the file, so I started downloading them. And then when it finally was ready to play, I pressed play and said, I did not have sexual relations with that.
Oh my god! Dude, everyone was getting hacked like that, bro.
It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
LimeWire? Listen, y'all motherfuckers don't know. Y'all don't know the fear of LimeWire.
Just swallow the microphone.
Ah.
You know who you need to get on the show? What's her name?
Who? DDG's ex?
No. What's her name? The one that be speaking truths about shit.
Oh my god, Jaguar Wright?
Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar Wright and I want to bring Orlando Brown and Jaguar Wright. You know, I DM'd him.
You did?
I did.
How'd that go?
Nothing.
Oh.
Crickets.
I
I wish if I sent it.
I wasn't ready, but
Hey, it's better than the actual cricket. You just took 97,000 crickets' jobs by doing that sound effect.
there you go.
There you
America.
go. America. But
That's what we do.
yeah, LimeWire was fucking
But yeah,
scary. I can't believe we bounced all the way.
yeah, I know. That's
This
crazy.
is how it happens all the time.
But so I got access to like the entire Linkin Park discography or whatever existed at that current point in time as that age as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's how I got discovered into Collision Course, Jay-Z. All the other music started opening up doors for me of like what rap really is.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I wasn't listening to that, bro. I used to have fucking Faramaz Asif playing in the background at the house. I used to like fucking do like, what's the one song? My God.
Which one?
I forget the name of the song, but it was the one where he like dresses as multiple people in the song, and it's like a 6-7 minute song.
Are you sure you weren't watching Nutty Professor?
No, I was not, bro. This was like the fucking Eddie Murphy of like the Persian world, bro.
Who was it?
Faramaz Asif.
Faramaz also. He was a crackhead though. Faramaz was
I can't
any
speak.
dude. There's no
can't speak.
human being that's named Faramaz that's a normal human being. Like he has this song. Speaking of which, it's Matt. Open this up and eat this bitch, bro. You want one?
All I would do is drink milk and dance to his songs.
Stop lying. It was Duch.
No. I don't drink duch. I don't like duch.
Oh, really?
I don't like duch.
Duch, you don't like it?
Yeah.
It was
Again,
definitely
again,
acquired
take,
taste.
Take my Persian card away. I don't like.
No, I'm not gonna take it away. Give me that motherfucker.
No. I got this.
Okay.
I got this. I'm trying to think of how I can.
What kind of bullshit ass marketing is that? Look at the sticker on the side when you're done. Wow! Show the camera real quick. What the fuck? Here, go for it.
بفرمایید.
You take
اول
it.
اول باید به شما تعارف کنم.
You don't تعارف میکنی.
بفرمایید.
No, I do.
بفرمایید.
Okay.
خواهش میکنم.
خواهش میکنم.
اول باید بخوری بعد بگی نوش جان.
Oh, so you want me to try it before you try it? I know
Definitely.
what kind of fucking bullshit you're on. Just in case.
Bro, I'm gonna join you, bro.
Talk about Tarov.
I just spent fucking 2
Oh, yeah.
hours opening this shit.
You're fire.
Oh, look, it's gonna make me get the double stuff. No, I don't
Double
want
the
to-
double the effort. Baba, I help you. Give
Go
it.
خوردم.
دهن سرویس کردم.
من بالاخره میخواستم 2 تا ور گفت آقا کیو داری شوخی میکنی؟ از اول 2 تا رو وردار. Don't fuck around, bro. Like, stop playing. Just grab the 2 right now.
So do you see yourself ever switching genres musically or adding another genre to your arsenal?
People have asked me that. People have told me, like, why don't you make Persian music? I can't see that. They're like, why don't you become the Mr. 305
Of Iran?
become the Mr. 818?
Oh my god, bro.
I said never, bro.
No, you can't.
The other
من
day,
برا the bass میزنم. میکنم.
no, bro. Plus, Saucy's doing his thing. I love Saucy.
Saucy is doing too much though, bro. Every time I see him, it's that shit ass leather jacket from 1977.
I love it. Tehran to Tokyo is one
That's
of my
my
favorites.
favorite one. It's low key racist because it's It's like full on Iranian
Why,
girls walking around.
What do you say? He's like, what do you say about Kylie Jenner on that song? No, that
Oh my god, the photo. Yo, this is a fire beat. Where's the verse?
Go like 30 seconds in.
It is. He just said it. What
The 30-second mark.
Shit,
I wrote a verse recently, and I said I actually
No, you
rapped some
haven't.
lyrics in Farsi.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it was like a little lovey-dovey song too.
Oh really?
I'm trying to remember the lyrics though.
You
'Cause,
have
like,
to.
I don't usually rap in Farsi. I was like, I probably have it in my
Nozi
phone,
Jun, Nozi Jun, tell me about it.
too. No, we didn't use any names. You know, we trying to be
I loved. Okay, while you find it.
Acayip por enerjiye.
Who, me?
Are
I can't get it. I thought you said porn energy, low key. I was like, what the
yeah,
fuck are you talking
sometimes my
about?
mind works faster than me speaking.
Me too.
So I'll say things and it comes out
Very
the way it
wrong.
shouldn't have wrong. Yeah.
Very wrong. That's why I
what-
don't think. I just spew it.
You need to think. For all my Persian fans out there, you tell me if you would listen to this song if you heard it like this. Jigaram delama eshkame azizam omnama in nur cheshmame ye kari nakon ke qalbam ma beshkane like me a girl who could bedaks or bezane. That's tough. That's tough. Like me a girl who could bedaks or bezane, like bedaks or bezan, but bezan or bedaks because it like goes with the rest of the lyrics. Dang.
This guy just dissected Iranian love to me.
Genius. This episode of Genius.
Genius.
We break down the genius.
How do you say jiggles in Farsi?
Do we have a word for jingle?
I don't know. Why are you saying we?
Tekumbede.
Oh, tekumbede. Badano tekumbede. Oh, tekumbede. I can't stand that. Meniscus. Boy.
I don't know the rest, but
Tang shide mazabedube.
oh, he knows the words.
Benano bezano chigarita. I hate him. He pisses me off. He looks like a meniscus.
He looks like a
He
meniscus.
bothers me.
How do you look like a whole ligament? It's crazy.
He looks like one. Like he looks like a shoulder.
ligament.
Like a full-blown ligament.
A shoulder.
The bone right here.
You look
like,
dislocated.
Arash,
You look dislocated.
Arash Junam.
Oh
I
my
can't.
god.
I love Temptation. Temptation, everybody knows.
Temptation
In my heart, I'm burning, I'm burning. And then he comes in and ruins the song. My name's Shab Torah.
Whoa!
I don't even know where the fuck I want to take this.
I
next
don't know
segment.
either.
We just been talking.
This has been not that we're anywhere near the end. I'm assuming,
No.
but this has been so far one of the most enjoyable podcasts because it just feels so carefree to just say shit.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't
what
care.
wanna
I
do.
don't care who's gonna say what. I've been having so much fun. It's been
Good.
a long ass day.
Yeah.
So this is like a way of decompressing. I also have noticed I've been not focusing on my posture at all because if I fucking stand up, I'm gonna look like fucking tall as shit.
Bro, dog, my posture's all
My
sorts of fucked
my
up.
upper waist tall. I get up, I look like Tory Lanez got up. If you know, you know.
You know.
That's crazy. Shout out to the short kings, 5'7".
Yeah,
right here.
I'm 5'6". You're taller than me.
Am I?
Yeah, you're definitely taller.
When I wear Timbs on, I'm like 6 foot.
yeah. When I
I
stretch,
wear
I'm 5'6".
Timbs a lot.
Fact
It's
check
so
it.
funny too because if anyone recognizes me from the fucking Olive
Dating
episode,
show?
bro,
Yeah.
Aslan, there's not even even a smidge of energy from this episode that you see over there.
Dead ass, I was still,
At all.
I was so upset with you.
I know.
That I was mad at you.
You know, let me tell you why.
Okay,
So,
tell me.
I'm gonna tell you because this is you're not gonna see this, right? Because I was not obviously I chose not to be entertaining for a couple of reasons. One, first off, shout out to Olive.
Shout out to Olive. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to David. Shout out to Dominic. I was leaving Dominic at the end. I was leaving Dominic at the end.
Save for best for last. Huh?
Best for last.
I chose not to be entertaining. And I think it's because, first of all, when the cameras are in front of you, you're also in an element where you're not, familiar, comfortable. You also don't know what's really going on. I'm not going to be the most receptive to be like, oh, okay, let me just go. Now, this guy, I mean, after every person who went in front of him, when he would go up, no music, He's coming out from the blind curtains dancing. Go play it. You can watch it. Dead ass. And everyone's just like, what the fuck is he doing? Is he good?
Bro, you're so full of shit right now because you were dancing too behind.
I was dancing behind. But when everyone came behind, in front of the curtains, like you, when you met your match,
Yeah.
And mind you, shout out to you. You danced for almost every person, I think.
I did dance for every person.
Yeah.
See,
but I couldn't do that, right? And then let me tell you this. So then we got to the second part. We're all sitting. There's the actual dates from who matched and you can steal, right? Yeah. So I'm over here like, okay, maybe I'll steal. But then, boy, man, my problem is, unfortunately, I'm listening to what people are saying. Now, some of it, of course, might be serious. Some of it might not, you know? Yeah. But if I'm taking it with a sense of seriousness, I'm like, I forgot. There was this one chick who was like, oh,
the twin?
I don't do coffee date. Oh, you don't do coffee dates?
Oh, bro.
And you know the funny part? The funny part, again, the personality, the energy that I have right now behind, with the cameras and everything, does not match who people probably met at the show, which is the funniest part. Yeah. They'll be like, where the fuck was this at the show?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't do coffee dates. I love coffee. You want me to come and steal the date from the person that doesn't do coffee?
Bro.
Match, would I make coffee before you? Am I stupid? No. I'm not going to do that for the sake of the camera. Masalan, omadim inja ke love payda konim. Masalan, you know what I'm saying? Instead all we find
Tell me what the fuck he's saying, chat. I'm gonna have to fucking. I'm gonna have to subtitle this whole fucking shit.
No, all I say was like, for example, we came here to find love, and then I'm actually listening to what people are saying, and I'm like, I'm not attracted to that.
Yeah.
You don't like coffee? I'm not gonna steal the date and then talk about how I like coffee, but you don't like coffee. We're not gonna match.
Yeah.
There's the yin and yang for everything.
Yani, you're not gonna drink tea instead? Yani, that's the only fucking source of caffeine?
No. But
coffee's your favorite, and she said no. And that's already a red flag. I enjoy
coffee.
Okay,
so if I hear no coffee, okay. If I hear you have a cat, done. I'm allergic. Self-diagnosed. There's no paperwork, but every time I've been around a motherfucker, I fucking start tearing up. Last time I was at my friend's house, I had a whole mask in the house.
What do you mean?
Because he has a cat. And I wanted to hang out with my homies. So I wore an N95 in the house. And I'm not going to, because you don't deserve a name.
Drop it. Drop the name.
You know who you are.
Drop the name.
I'll do it for you any day because I just wanted to kick it.
Drop
on the
name.
real. And that's probably the most real I ever been, with you, low key. But I wore a whole mask at his house.
That's
because
wild.
He has a cat.
That's wild.
And he's a cute cat. He has no fucking teeth.
What?
He has no teeth. It's a long story. I don't know the story. Apparently it's a long one. Anyway, I wore a mask. So if I'm meeting someone over here talking about, oh, I have a cat, done.
Wrap it up.
What am I going to do? Wear a mask for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I completely understand.
No coffee, no cat.
That's
not doing it. So I'm over here in the what's it called? The third row, sitting next to you and your goofy ass, laughing our asses off. But I'm also listening to them, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna steal a day just to steal a day for the camera.
Yeah.
So this is probably the most interaction or liveliness you're gonna see out of me.
It pissed me off.
Because now the chai has settled too.
Yeah.
I know it pissed you off.
I was so upset with you.
But you know what? I was so happy for you. Because you went and you did your shit. You came out with the fucking claws, the fucking paper. And
by the time this comes out, it'll be, they would have already seen it.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
By the time this comes out, so yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. So you came out with the paper. With the checkbox. You like this?
Bro, I was having
okay,
fun.
Opti, you like this one?
Bro, I was asking crazy questions.
Okay, Baba. You like this one? Okay. And he was just marking them all off.
Some hoe in the crowd went, there's nothing on that paper. Was that you?
No, I didn't say anything.
I will run that tape back.
I was just laughing.
Somebody said something. There's something on that paper, and I want to turn around and just fucking swing out.
Because mind you, at the angle you were sitting, only the guys could see the paper.
Only the guys can see the paper.
So
but if you know I'm doing a bit, you whore.
I don't think
you don't fucking say anything.
If I said something that is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone said anything, fuck them.
No.
I'm allowed to. Bro, I had so much fun with this guy on set. I met him within fucking 2.5 seconds of meeting. I'm like, this is gonna be one of my best friends, bro.
It was
a
fun.
really good time.
Yeah, and it bothered me so much that
I
you didn't
know.
throw yourself out there because
I know.
I knew just based off of what I was asking you
But
at that day.
also, when I'm starting to figure out, like, for me, age difference,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. What is the age difference?
The age difference was a little to a lot.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like 15.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm over here
Because you're
listening.
what, 32?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 32.
I'm like, at this point, you know, Buzz Nishas,
Yeah,
you should be retired. You know?
No,
What are you doing here?
Bro.
Sir, do you need help getting home?
You were all of our chaperones.
Fuck you. Ridam kalat.
I didn't do it. You did it. Bro,
You're supposed to be supportive. You piece of shit.
no, I was supportive. Bro, you know,
I'm supportive.
bro, I told you.
You are a chaperone. Take us anywhere. And then he has the test like, doom, doom. It just goes wherever.
Bro, I was so annoyed because I'm like, dude, because everybody on that show from our guys, I'm gonna just say this, we were pretty tight.
No, it was a good group.
We were a good
It
ass
was a good
group.
group.
Like all
It
of
was a
us,
good group.
we were all kicking it with each other behind the line.
And I think people like me, few people like me, we didn't translate well on screen. And sometimes that happens.
Sometimes it does happen.
Sometimes it's a mix of just like the opportunity didn't present itself.
Probably.
Sometimes people like me, we get in our own heads, you know.
I think you did get in your own
For sure.
head a little bit.
For
I
sure.
definitely thought like people were taking that shit a little bit too
A
seriously.
little too serious, for sure.
Yeah. And I was like, dog, if
For
you
sure.
think
Well, you know, I also thought about it. Maybe in the moment, I was like, if I go up, what am I going to ask? Hi, how are you? Like, I don't know what to say.
you know what it is? I think the reason why you didn't want to go up is because there weren't any guided red card questions on the side. We're like prompted. Because remember in the first episode, they had a list of cards, and you told me this.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because you're like, bro, what happened to the cards?
You're right. Had the cards been there,
Yeah.
I would have felt just slightly more confident.
And you would have gone up.
But
for
again,
sure.
I was still listening. I was still listening to what was being provided based off who was up there asking questions and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still translating that, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little too serious. But again, you tell me you have fucking Gordebear, you have a cat, you have
one is flying in the air, the other one's driving down here. The
you
two
tell me
twins.
that, and I'm not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just go up and just, you know.
Remember our reaction when the two cousins came and they tried to swipe on each other? And they wouldn't say no to each other?
That was hilarious.
We
Yeah,
audibly...
they didn't see that on camera.
No, they did.
No.
Oh,
They didn't
me
see
and
the-
you on camera. Yeah, they didn't say it.
They didn't see us on camera.
No, they didn't.
But they also didn't see how many takes it took for them to actually say no. No
That
judgment.
was-
No judgment. I don't know what's going on here.
Why not?
This ain't Alabama. But let me tell you something. It took them a while to say no.
It was
and
Alabazar.
Alabaza is crazy. Listen,
Both
it was
something-
Alabad. That's what it was.
All-
It was Alabad.
Oh. That's all we were doing the whole time behind that curtain. All day.
And then they would just go shh, and
Oh
then
my
he would
God.
go. Psst. I'm like, what's it?
Bro, the amount of songs that we'd sing behind that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they had so much footage of us in
The
line.
behind the scenes, honestly, is probably some of the best footage that will never be seen.
If they release it.
I don't think they will.
If they release it.
What, like a year end behind the scenes?
I will cry. I will legit
End
cry.
of the
I'm
year.
fighting for those BTS scenes. I'm going to talk to Dom. I need those BTS scenes. I have to.
Oh my god.
Because they're just so fucking hilarious.
it
We literally were joking, me and you back there. We were looking through the curtains. We were cheating. We were cheating.
No. Hold on.
Yes,
hold on.
don't lie.
I forget Homeboy. Homeboy, the tallest one of the group, right?
Salim? Curly hair.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Salim.
This fool, every chance he had.
Yeah, that dude was peeping Tom. Freak ass.
Every chance he had. So I'm like, okay, like I'm here's the difference though. He made an effort with both hands, pulled the curtain aside, looked through, right? I'm just gonna work with what's provided to me. So I'm over here like I'm over here. Let me show you. Missing Haji. I'm standing there. That stone pushed this. How many Judy?
You're like checking. You're checking. Squinting. Bro.
Swear.
Bro.
I wasn't moving the curtain. I just worked with what opening was available in the curtain.
I was
you know?
crying. I was crying. Every time I looked at
And
him, I'm
that's
like,
the thing
don't.
too. I saw the video. And then, of course, when we sat down, I'm not paying attention to every girl in every row. There was a lot of beautiful girls
That did not go up.
that either did not go up or you didn't get to match with them or whatnot.
But
But again, it takes a lot of confidence for all of us to even get to a place like that. So shout out to everybody.
no, yeah, 100%. Shout out to everybody that came.
I don't think there was a good rotation for everyone to see a good mix of everyone. And of course, how do you do that when you're doing a whole day's worth of filming? So that whole part is already tough as it is.
Yeah.
But there's a couple, and again, I think because some of us don't translate what on screen, one, impression is everything. First impression is everything.
100%.
So I'm sure like I had the card stacked against me. So if I actually wanted to talk to somebody based on what they're currently seeing provided, so I'm like, but then they might see this and be like, oh, he's actually really funny. Or he might be like, oh, I'm a bad dad. Like,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Because you know what? I am the prize. I'm going to say it right here first and foremost. I'm the
Bro.
prize. And I'm a great person, and I'm living life because of how I choose to live it. You want to be part of it, ride or die on the side? Great. Absolutely. Otherwise, I'm going to continue living me 24/7.
That's that energy. Yes, that's what we need. Fucking
Fish
stupid ass. I fucking hate it when girls
That's
talk.
that energy.
That's that energy.
That's crazy, yo.
You are the prize. Fuck you. I get so mad. I get so mad.
It's giving you're the prize
It's
when I'm
giving.
the prize.
You gargoyle. You don't.
Gargoyle is crazy.
They piss me off. I can't. What's that one chick that came on and went, you needed to be humbled. I got penalized for playing the game. All I did was play the game.
She said, you needed to be humbled. And she was walking
And
away.
she walked away.
She was like,
she did
she's
something.
like, you needed
Yeah. It's like, you need me. You could hear it slightly in the back. You need.
he took it like, he's like, that's fine.
I was like, that's
That's
fine.
okay. Like, okay.
I was like, that's fine.
I just got fucking like canceled off Olive Bread. You think you gonna hurt my feelings?
You saved me by saying no. You saved my ass. I'm cool.
Oh my god.
Bro, she was. I don't know if I should say it.
If you think you shouldn't say it,
I'm gonna think on
You
it.
shouldn't say
I'm gonna
it.
pass on it.
yeah, let it pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let it go.
Let it pass.
I'm trying so
Let it
hard
pass.
because there's a voice in my head that's like, just fucking say it.
There's a
Fucking
voice
do
in
it
your
right
head.
now.
Oh!
If you haven't already figured out, that's how me and this guy met.
Yeah.
that was
If we did not give you enough context clues,
when
and
me
if you
him
missed that
met.
day in class, that's how we met. We met from the show.
That's how me and him
Yeah.
met from the show. How
Absolutely.
did you get onto the show?
I had a homie who said you should sign up for the show.
Oh, so same thing with me.
So I signed up for the show, and then Ava schedules an interview,
oh my God, Ava, bro.
and I'm just hopping from a 10-hour flight. What happened?
No, tell your story.
No, go ahead. You thinking about this one too?
Bro, Ava. When I saw Ava, first time,
Mhm.
I don't give a fuck. She got a boyfriend. I'm gonna just say it. I don't care. I'm gonna just say.
Oh, you were.
It. Remember when I went up to her and I said that shit?
Oh my
I was like, if you were on there, I was
God.
trying to find you. That's why I would have just. Like, I want that
Where
one.
are you going?
Where are you going? Come back.
How come you're not on that side?
Please come back. Come back.
Your production.
I'll come to every food strike with
I
you.
help with production.
Bro, I
Um.
whatever protest you want me to be at, I'll be there.
Oh, what were we talking about? Yeah. What were we
You
talking
got
about?
off the plane.
Oh, I just got off of a 10-hour flight back from Tokyo.
Yeah, that's right. You were telling me that you just came back.
I'm
from Tokyo.
exhausted as shit. And then I get thrown into this interview, and I'm gonna be honest, yo. Like,
That day you came off the plane.
yeah, 2-3 hours
And you
later.
said, I'm going. Yani bezan betakla, I'm going straight towards Olive dating show that day.
No.
Oh.
I had the interview 2 hours later, over
Oh,
Zoom.
with Ava, the
Ava.
Zoom meeting. How? Okay,
And
okay.
like, Mohan, my brain is gone. 10 hours because I also didn't sleep. Because unfortunately, there's been so much news at that time with
Yeah.
planes and shit. Who the
Oh,
fuck is
yeah.
gonna sleep on a plane?
Yeah, nobody.
And usually, for people that know me, they know I go
Yeah,
very quickly on the plane.
yeah.
Before the plane is gone, I'm gone. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I didn't sleep that much on the plane.
What airline were you on?
I was American.
Oh, okay.
American, I think. Yes.
Then you were fine. I went on Frontier. That shit was.
But there was a news about American like the day before.
Ha ha ha. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's
yeah, exactly. That's what made me go. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Exactly. I came off the plane 2-3 hours later. I hopped on a Zoom call with her for the interview, and I low key felt stressed because she was like, "Okay, we're just gonna get right to. Okay, so tell me this, that, whatever." I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah, yeah.
I was
like
not
right
ready
away.
for it." otherwise, like, I don't know how the normal process works, but so I can't really speak on how that looks from her end. But she did a good job. I just don't think I was ready because I just came off of that flight. A lot of things going on in my mind and this, that, and then all of a sudden I just get hit with all these questions. At one point she goes like, have you ever done anything like this? I'm like, no, can you tell? And then of course you see on the camera, it translates that, no, I've never done this before, So otherwise, that's how one thing led to another. I get like a text a week and a half later. They're like, yeah, we'd love to have you on the show. And I'm like, fuck. I actually got it. So I told my homie, I was like, I got it. All my homies were like, oh my God, I can't wait for the episode. And then I tell them like, I didn't do shit, Yeah. You see me come up there with my outfit in this really like fuzzy fur, nice jacket.
Well, he was
but it was hot as shit.
No shit. You killed the sheep before you walked in there. Like
I made such a mistake. Cause then also we were like dogs put outside.
Yeah,
we had a little bit of an awning, like a little cover, but honestly, there was so many of us, like there wasn't really much room for
awning.
All of us.
We had 2 fucking tents back there.
Yeah, a tent and a half.
Yeah, they're like a tent and a half. Yeah. One of them wanted to be a tent.
Yeah,
it was 2 toothpicks.
Yeah, it couldn't decide. It couldn't decide what it wanted to be.
Yeah, it wanted to be a backpack or a piece of parachute.
So anyway, it was hot. So I made a mistake wearing something that heavy, as well.
Yeah. You did come in clean though.
You came in clean. I try.
You came in
clean. I try most times. I'm very big on like
tapestry on your shoulders. Like you came in like, yes. Bizantige. Like you came in.
It was like an Esfahan carpet,
Yeah,
I walked in.
Aladdin like dries the carpet.
I can show you the world.
Well, I immediately saw you. That was my impression of you first time. I was like, fuck. He's gonna come in on some doodle tala shit. I automatically knew this guy was gonna cause problems. I was like, this guy's gonna cause problems.
But I really just caused problems with like the homies.
Yeah, because Majid looked like he went and caused problems on stage. Like I thought, like
Maj was just everywhere.
Maj was everywhere, but like he came in with that Philly dude, aggressive.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna go home with something type mentality. And I thought you were gonna do the same thing.
Right.
So I was like,
no, I'm a little bit more respectful.
No, yeah.
And I think that's why you saw how I translated on screen, because I am.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna come with the hostile, aggressive. Not that he was hostile, aggressive.
No, he wasn't.
Me, I'm not gonna come with that type of energy for myself.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Because it's also, again, if we go back to like music, you want who you are to translate back into what you're doing.
Absolutely. What was your first impression of me whenever I walked in, or when you walked in? Because I was there literally the first one.
Just like aura. You just had aura, you know what I'm saying? You know what aura means?
Of course I do, but elaborate.
You had aura. Like I could just feel like you seem like the kind of person that when you step into a room, like the room stops, you know? I feel like you have a very good control of the room and you don't even understand the ins and outs of that, you know?
I don't. I actually don't. That's interesting.
Figure the fuck out of it. I don't know what to tell you. Bro. I walked in and like there's been a few people in my life who I've met and I've just naturally wanted to gravitate to get to know them more. And then I look back and I'm like, I made such a great decision because they ended up being, one, a great person. It evolves into much more than just like, oh, this homie, whatever person I saw. And I also learned so much from that person too,
right.
You know? But something about like when I first look at certain people, I'm like, yeah, I want to get to know that person more.
Right.
I want to get to know, involve them in my life, you know, and kick it. That's what happened off of like maybe like the first like couple minutes seeing you. And I was like, yeah, bro, I appreciate you for sure.
I again, like that shit. Whenever I hear stuff like that, it doesn't happen all the time. But
for sure,
when I do hear stuff like that, I'm like, I really do take that in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I appreciate anyone who even has feelings like that don't even say that.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because with me, my whole thing is like, no matter what fucking room I'm in, don't give him an excuse to hate you. Don't be that guy.
Right.
Don't dim the lights.
Right.
You don't have to be the spotlight, but don't dim the lights.
Exactly.
Don't dim it. And that's kind of, I think it's very healthy because I don't really go after that. I'll find my moment.
Right. And I think that's the thing. People. I think that's the thing. For some people, it's natural. They don't go feeding for it.
Yeah.
You know, or looking for it. It just kind of naturally happens.
You didn't do that either. You weren't looking for it really. No, you just kind of vibe wherever you
I was just coming to kick it. I've been in certain settings like that, like even in music, where I was on set with a few other people who were artists, and everyone was kind of like to themselves. But like I just took my opportunity to be like, we're all here in the shared space. Like, let's make the most of it. And I feel like a lot of people remember me more off of that than the actual content and stuff we were making.
Oh, yeah,
because we try to make it a moment for ourselves. And I think that's what ended up happening with everyone there, with all the guys, is we were like, yo, we're all here. Let's make the most of it on a Sunday, hot as fuck and all this shit. And we just like, we're all here, bro. Let's just live in the moment, enjoy it, get to know each other, have laughs. No one's taking this shit seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's how the bonding just starts forming.
Yeah.
But no one's forcing this shit on anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
No, none of us in that, I would say for the first time, I like completely random. I don't think anybody was all glued in together because there was 26 of us, 25 of us.
Yeah.
And for all of us to be on the same page in like less than an hour, that was the magic behind that show.
That's not
Seriously.
easy.
It's not.
That's not easy.
Because everyone was coming in like nervous. Well, bro, am I going to have to swipe left on an Igor? Or am I going to find my wife? Like, it was hard.
Igor is crazy.
But it's true. You are afraid. You're scared. That's why when the first person went up, we all asked, hey, "You good? Was she hot?" That was literally. That's all we were
like,
asking each other.
Was she like cute or was she like,
bro?
Come on, get to the chopper. Come on.
Some of them.
Come on.
No, but we were lucky. Now go in the back. Shoot the gun. Give it to me now. No.
Come on, I'm right here. Come on.
You think you can fuck with me? You're a fucking choir boy.
And then you go to the line. You know, you go behind the curtain.
You go behind.
I'll be back.
Bro, remember when Thing ate it leaving?
Ooh.
Remember the Egyptian guy? The Egyptian British guy? He had a mustache.
What do you mean he ate shit?
He ate shit. Remember he was walking away after he got swiped and he fucking kicked the fucking metal pole and he fell?
No.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Oh my God, bro. We all laughed as hard as we could, bro.
I don't remember this. We laughed at a lot of things. Is
Bro,
it on camera?
No, they didn't.
What are you looking for then?
Him. Do you remember what he looked like?
I think I know who you're
Curly
talking
hair.
about. I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, how do you talk to girls and man them things?
Yes.
Yes. He kept coming, rubbing on my shoulders and shit. What the fuck was that, by the way? What was that? Dog, the girls are on the other side of the hall. When do I talk with girls and shit? How do you talk?
You didn't like.
How do you say I love you in Farsi? I'm like,
You
are you
didn't like-
serenading me, Diddy?
You didn't like the personalized massage?
Look, you can talk to me.
You didn't like the massage?
I didn't like the massage. My biggest thing is when guys come and do this shit around my neck and they squeeze. I want to.
How about coochie coochie? You don't like that?
Coochie? Where? Where are you doing coochie coochie?
Where? Why are you upset?
But
where?
But,
how many failed attempts have there been?
bro, where is it happening? Is it on my cheeks?
Obviously, you're not Gucci with it. So
no. I just don't. Bro, you can dab me up. I'm cool with the hitting me on the back. I'm cool with all that.
No, I don't remember.
Bro,
I don't remember homie eating
stay
shit.
away from me. Bro, he ate shit.
I don't remember eating. I don't remember him eating shit.
Bro, he was like, oh, it's no problem. Because remember, all the girls were like, sorry, after they fucking ruined your confidence. Like, they shot you down and be like, sorry. Yeah. I was like, and then she's like,
no one said sorry. No one was sorry to me.
No one said sorry to me.
No one was sorry to me.
No one said sorry to me either. Proper etiquette went out the window for us.
This was her on the other side. It's just like watching me walk away. It's like, that's right, you walk.
Yeah.
That's right. Go to the back of the line. No sorry.
No sorry.
No apologies.
Not to me.
Oh my God, did I hurt your feelings? No. Like, no. You know your place.
Yeah. Get back there.
Right. You know what it was? It's because I think I remember one of them. I came out and I remember. I think I remember her head and her eye level was already higher than where I would come standing. So I think as soon as she saw she had to go here, she's like,
yeah, no. Was it the twin? No, it wasn't the twin.
I don't give a fuck which one.
Those two twins.
What, thing one and thing two?
Thing one and thing two.
Mercedes, who doesn't know which Mercedes
You're the
she has.
wild one. She can remember when she went at the hookah line. You're the wild one. She couldn't close her mouth, dog.
I just remember the one that you kept asking what type of Mercedes. She's like, Mercedes, 2-door. 2-door.
I asked her what her favorite car was. The 2-door Ferrari. Bitch, they're all 2 doors. Where was the plain Ferrari? Was there a motorcycle Ferrari I don't know? Was there a fucking limo Ferrari I wasn't familiar with? They're all two doors.
There might be a limo Ferrari you're not aware of.
They're like, oh, gee, my favorite car, Ferrari. Okay, which one's your favorite? The red one. عجب کسخلی. I was like, okay, which model though? Oh, the two-door. Oh my God, bro. I wanted to shoot myself. I wanted to jam an entire kebab sikh down this, like down to, I'm like, thank you so much.
The kebab sikh is crazy.
In that moment, I swear to
Oh
God,
my
I would have gone
God.
insane. I just looked up for like a minute. I'm like, this can't be real. Thank God you're giving me this. And I hope they don't cut it. Well, by the time this comes out, it would have already been. But Jesus Christ, bro. One's in the air. One of the twins is a fucking pilot. The other one's on the ground.
خدا کمکمون کنه. God help us.
Bro, remember when she said...
The one of them has air transportation, the other one has ground transportation.
Oh my God, we're fucked. I think traffic
That's
as a
it.
whole is done. If there comes to a
I'm
point where...
taking the public system.
I'm walking.
We're walking.
I'm walking. On camel, I'll take it. If for some reason we get to a point in the future where we have flying cars...
I remember which part it
It
was.
was too. But at some point, if we have flying cars, I will never get on that because these two are going to coincide.
Oh, they're going to probably be the scientists behind it.
What scientist? They're going to guess. Well, I think there's going to be no testing whatsoever.
I think you can put canola oil, it's going to go up.
Canola oil is crazy. Put sadaf.
No, saffron.
saffron.
You put saffron in there.
What is engine?
1 8 ounce is good for 10 trips back and forth.
Bro, I've never seen this level of ajab, yani. There's a word in Armenian called bakas.
Bakas, what does that mean?
Bakas means less, lacking.
Lacking.
Bakas. When someone's bakas,
Essentially is giving, not giving.
not giving. Exactly. Yani, when I saw, oh my God, bro, I can't even deal with it. When she asked me what I do for work, bro, I'm having a full blown, I'm gonna crash out. When she asked, this is hands down, this was off air, which was even funnier. And you saw, he was here. He was witness to all of this. When she asked me what my job was.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I work with kids on the spectrum. And this bitch says, T-Mobile? Bro. Bro.
Oh my God.
She's a pilot?
یه دقیقه صبر کن. بدون عینک جایی نمیتونم برم. حالا میخوام برم دستمالم بردارم.
Bathrooms on the left.
تو یه خونه‌ای که اصلا نمیشناسم.
Bro.
Okay.
She said, I have T-Mobile.
Oh, T-Mobile.
She said, oh, T-Mobile? You're a pilot?
Discount. تازم دیسکانت پرسیده بعدش.
Bro, she's a
She asked for a discount
pilot.
after. Oh my
She's
God.
a pilot. She's like, I'm going to... And then she goes, right after when I made fun of her for 20 minutes, she goes, I don't like when people call me a stupid. I'm like, you are stupid. I'm not saying I'm black. I don't say I'm black. I say I'm Caucasian because my ancestors come from the Caucasus Mountains. You're stupid. You're genuinely, intellectually. There's no way. You might just be book smart. How are you paying bills? How are you alive? Yani, I look at her and I go, I work with kids on the spectrum. T-Mobile?
I'm sorry, you had to run that back. That was hilarious.
Bro.
Oh, T-Mobile.
She said, oh, you have T-Mobile? I have AT&T. Ajab koskholi to. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yani, the internet in your brain isn't working. Fucking AT. And I
The
did that on
internet, in the brain,
purpose.
the internet in the brain is not working.
Bro, I tested her on
Oh,
purpose.
on that side, you know what it's doing? Fucking AOL. Trying to
Dial-up.
connect. Dial up is
Bro,
my
Bluetooth
God.
device has been disconnected. Bro, I can't. I said, I didn't say autism. I did it on purpose. I knew that she was going to be stupid. I sent her a message. I was like, you know what? I'm going to fuck with her a little bit. I work with kids on the spectrum. I want to see what her response was. This bitch talks about internet service provider.
Let me not drink.
No, you can. That's fine.
No, because I know.
Yeah.
And then you're not gonna have.
This.
Yeah, they're not gonna have to replace that tomorrow.
Internet service provider. Mama Kona, are you kidding me?
I'm Mama John.
Why Mama John? The sister looks at me from the other side. You're so sassy. Baba, I will pay for your next SAT exam. Both of you. Both of you need to get re-examined.
That's crazy.
They share all of the chromosomes.
All the chromosomes.
One of them. They're on one bandwidth. One.
The 23 and them.
23 and them. That's it. They're the one. Oh my fucking God.
Oh my God.
Remember when I didn't know there were two of them?
Yeah, no, I thought they were like.
It was just, they did a quick change.
Yeah.
I thought that one person was like.
I thought she went to the end because I was looking through the curtain. And then I went out and what's it called? Met one of them outside, and I'm like, this isn't the one I remember. This was like in a full black legging.
Yeah.
This one was like tank top, jeans, something like that. I'm like, am I fucking seeing shit right now?
I thought I was. So I thought they drugged me. When I was drinking water, I was like,
for sure.
Sam, there's two of them? There's two of them? I was tripping out. Because they sat them next to each other, too, to fuck with you. Yeah, bro. It's
confused. Just like, what the fuck is going on, yo?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was lost.
Bro.
I was lost for sure.
I'm going to be honest with you, dog. You should have 100% been on there. It's a crime.
Uh-huh.
There were moments where me and you were dying of laughter in the back.
For sure.
I don't know if you did you watch the first episode completely or no?
I saw a good portion of it. So I didn't really pay attention to like us necessarily.
Oh my.
I kind of skimmed through it because I remember being there, remember like the highlight moments. You know, who did this, who did that.
Bro.
But then, of course, the best parts I was looking forward to, especially with you involved, like, of course, that's next episode.
Yeah.
Which probably by the time this
Yeah,
comes
by
out.
the time this comes out.
It'll be out. But we don't have access to what the content looked like on this side.
Yeah, we didn't.
But
hopefully.
I just remember we were like, if I get a good morning text, block.
Bro, did you see how everyone tensed up in the corner? Like, the women were ready to attack. They were ready.
Yeah,
they were ready.
They were like, what you mean you don't want a good morning text?
Not like that. They were like, who the fuck do you think you are? No one's calling you anyway. Fucking wildebeest.
You do a pretty good job of that. You sound like
I've heard this before.
You sound like Fluffy. You sound like Fluffy doing it.
Yeah, you're right. I would like a caramel spice macchiato.
It's the lisp. It's the lisp that sells it for me.
Spice macchiato. Can I get a venti, please?
A venti, please?
What the fuck is... You fucking snake.
Yeah.
English.
He's probably a Slytherin, too.
Slither. I can slither.
They slither your way fucking out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Shit.
Go. There's a Metro card for you waiting
A
outside.
Metro card is crazy.
Use it. It's good for you.
Hop on that plane you was going to hop on.
We know whose plane you're going on. Instant crash. Whatever plane she's on, I'm leaving. I'm walking. I'll take a train. It's safer.
Keep my checked bag, please. Keep it.
I will pay whatever there needs to be
I will
paid.
fake a heart attack.
I'm taking parachute with me.
You taking a parachute? You don't even know how to work a parachute.
Exactly. I have better chances. I have better chances.
Yo.
Bro, Frontier Airlines, scariest airline ever. It's like budget Spirit.
You rather still take that?
I'll take two of those.
You'll take two of those.
To Japan.
And you can call me in the morning
One way.
too.
One way.
One way is crazy.
I will bring a raft to the plane. I'll bring a whole raft with me to the plane. And if she's the pilot and I hear this over the microphone, over the PA system, hello everyone. That's it. Out the window. Out the window. That's it. She's like, I don't like it when you call me stupid.
You can feel the teeth.
I feel her lips cracking because all that wind,
crazy.
And she never closes her mouth anyway. You can hear the spit.
My man's is on one.
Bro, her tongue is black.
Unhinged.
Her tongue is brown from all the hair. I mean hair. What hair? All the air is dehydrated because all she's doing is this. She
dehydrated.
Oh my God.
I seen this a couple times too. I said,
yeah, bro.
I was like, what the fuck is that, yo?
She swallows apples. She does not.
That's crazy.
She does not chew at all. It's just like a disposable. Like it's just open the. You know the hotel trash cans when you open the tin cans off the wall. Just chuck that shit in. That's her mouth. You're very wild.
That
Vashi. Gorbe Vashi. I
That's
called her a
crazy.
couple times.
Gorbe Vashi.
She is. She's crazy.
Nah, Gorbe ha mehrabun tara.
Remember that Egyptian guy that was pressed about it that matched up with her? Because he was talking to Mansoor, he was talking to this person, he was talking to... She was talking
Mansoor is crazy,
to,
yo.
It looked
Yeah,
just
there's
like
there's
him.
this dude who looked like Mansoor.
Deadass looked like...
Yeah, no, he was. I mean, this was after, of course,
Way
all the
after.
filming of that was
way
done.
after.
I mean, like then again, that shows you like there's people that don't take this shit seriously.
Exactly.
I think that was a moment where he just realized like, oh, he took that shit a little bit more serious.
Yeah, and it happens.
I
and
mean, you
felt
know,
bad
I
for the
mean,
guy.
I think did they show that yet on the camera? Bangladesh Cash, he took her up and he took her
at
up,
the end.
picked her up and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, again, I don't know how people move and shit like that, but like obviously take that shit seriously. But if I'm taking it seriously, which I think I did to a degree, at least I'm gonna translate that I'm not gonna do certain things and then also take it seriously too.
100%.
And then feel like, okay, now I'm stupid.
Yeah, no.
At least me, I can only speak for myself
No, yeah.
because I can't put myself in anyone's shoes, what they did, how they get there, all that stuff. You know.
Yeah,
But-
no. I completely agree with you. I think sometimes with these dating shows is you have to be very careful with number one, how they
Stop
narrate.
playing with the that small.
That's
by
fine.
the
You
way.
can just put it right there. There's trash cans right behind you.
Actually,
Wow. 2 hours flew by, right?
for sure.
It just flew by.
For sure. I also just like having conversations like this too. So I appreciate just being in this space as well because it's been a minute since I've also done a podcast. So I feel like it's been so natural and fun. Just
Yeah, good.
sit here,
Yeah,
you know.
that's it.
So-
This is why I don't have any lists. I don't come in with questions. I just kind of go off the dome.
You just-
Whatever flows.
Freestyle it.
I freestyle it. You freestyle a different way. I freestyle a different way.
That's right.
So that's just how it goes.
That's it.
I wanted to ask you, because you've been going kind of on and off with your music. Is there anything that we can expect from you in the future, like near future? Because I know you got your new single that came out, which is
The How You Doing one.
How You Doing?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're currently working on that you want to maybe share with the rest of the class?
I got some that I'm in a very big like writers phase.
Okay,
It's a mixed writers and writers block phase.
got you.
So
well,
I'm
you're
like
gonna get that
Playing with
anyway.
ideas of like, you know, what I want to bring to the world.
Mhm.
But let's see, hold on. Sorry, technical difficulties.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I think there's a lot of ideas I want to come to and bring to the world. I want to try to bring out a project I've been working with, a tentative title called Talk to Me Nice.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I can see or, bring to the world what that actually looks or sounds like. And I'm trying to, I feel like I've always done a great thing, which is like reinventing myself.
Okay.
It's funny because my rap name being Rimi, I've had some people ask me, does that stand for anything? My last name is Jerimi.
Jerimi.
When you say fast, it sounds like dreamy because, you know,
Dreamy.
hello. But when you drop the J-O, it's just Rimi. When you drop the J-O off of it, it's just Rimi. And I've had people ask me, does that stand for anything? I'm like, no, most times
nightmare.
no.
That was a nightmare to explain.
Most times no. Yeah, it is. But then I've actually thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? It's reinvented in my image. And I feel like every time I drop a project, I have reinvented myself through the music and how I want to present. My first project was just, again, a fact of being able to prove I can rap. Second project was a lot more West Coast style. Third project was definitely a lot more commercial style. The fourth project I released was more of like, this was all the tracks I made with homies. Sometimes I was kind of a feature. It was like, here was like things that would have never made a full project, but now they're a full project on their own as
Got
like a
it.
B-sides.
Got it.
The next project, I want it to be a little bit more focused back on the lyrical shit.
Okay.
I want to get back to that place. And I feel like I just got to tap in with the right production and bring it to life. And I also got to get in the place where I challenge myself lyrically and bring that to life. So I would love to do that. And I think the only other thing I would hope to bring to everyone else who could expect is like what content's going to look like for me.
Yeah.
How is the content going to look? How do I translate it? And most importantly, even though I don't see maybe immediate traction, how do I stay consistent? you
Right.
know?
Right.
So I'm taking a lot of note from other people around me. And that lets you know too, like this is not like there's no one type of design. There is no strict blueprint. I'm literally figuring out as we go, as I'm talking about this. So what I'm saying here might possibly switch a little bit, but I take so much inspiration from people around me, like yourself and the work that you're doing, to see how do I do it in my way
Right.
to translate it back from my motivation.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing I think I want to focus on is just like, how do I bring that next set of music, that project to life? What does it visually look like as well? And just, you know, put as much authenticity of myself through it,
Good.
you know?
That's what we want. That's
I
what we
think
need
I think
from
that's
our artists.
all I can ask of myself, and I think that's what all anyone could ask of myself from what they've heard and seen of me.
I definitely think that that's the prerequisite for. It should be the prerequisite for all artists, regardless of your genre.
Yeah.
So, it's nice coming. It's nice hearing it from someone who's in the game
For sure.
currently, and it's just a lot of people who just
Recently retired.
recently retired. And by the time this comes out, he might not be retired.
I might not be retired.
So
I
he
can't
might have just
promise
dropped
nothing.
something. So it's just one of those things that
It's either resonated or retired, and you can decide which R you want to step with. you know?
100%. But I'm gonna tell you this: you are for sure. There's only one R that you belong to, and that is the Room 104 Hall of Fame. You're in here for
now
sure.
he freestyling now.
You're,
Okay,
you're in here for
now
sure.
He freestyling.
There are a few you know, a dime a dozen guests that I've come on to the show, and I always ended off with you know, if we vibed and we're good, then you can always come back anytime. And that's one of those. Obviously, I'm
come back.
extending that invitation out.
Love
to you
to come back.
always. So
And you know me, I practically live down the corner.
you live down the
So
corner.
I might bother you, just be, hello, buddy. I'm outside. I'm
Yeah.
waiting.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Get rid of the other person. I'm ready.
yeah, it might,
know?
it might happen. I might not answer, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're just gonna get the footage from the ring camera he has outside.
Yeah, dead ass.
It's like,
but
watch this fucking guy
what
outside.
the fuck is this motherfucker doing? Move.
Yeah,
There's
but
a-
normal فیلم برداری کرده حالا فکر کنه خونه خودشه. The fuck. رو گم شو
Yeah,
ببینیم.
go, I'm sure. Where can people find you on your socials?
They can find me pretty much everywhere under the 818 Don, THA 818 DON. For everyone else watching, you know, that don't got the Shant package, you know,
ResonatedRecords.com.
ResonatedRecords.com.
Put
you know.
it, save it. Make sure you bookmark that bitch.
That's right.
This has been the Room 104 podcast with Agaya Sam, meaning Rimi.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming to this show, Jigajun.
Jigajun, thank you so much.
Of course. That's time begin. Holla. We are very wild over here.
Salavos.
Salam.